Well, cancellations are far outpacing bookings right now for the U.S. airline industry, a massive drop from the 2.5 million passengers and the 58,000 tons of cargo the industry had previously been carrying each day. Nicholas Calio is president and CEO of Airlines for America, an industry trade organization for leading U.S. airlines. Nicholas, it's great to see you. Glad to see that you are safe and happy and healthy right now. How important for this type of aid do you think these airlines need? How important is it for them to get it?
It's absolutely incredibly important. We are facing something that we've never faced before. Anybody in the industry and anybody on Capitol Hill will tell you that the outcome of this or the impact of this is greater than 9/11, which was very, very significant. And the airlines are in better shape now than they were prior to 9/11. But I'll tell you, to put it in context for you, 3 weeks ago, as you pointed out, we were flying 2.5 million people a day, 58 tons of cargo. The load factors, how many people were on the plane at one time, were in the 85 to 100% range. Today, we are flying planes that have 10 to 20% capacities, very few passengers. Between the government-imposed restrictions on flying and the fear of the virus, there are very few people flying. The result is we've gone from a situation where just 9 days ago, we had very sound balance sheets and very good liquidity. We saw what was coming, although we've been telling people each day is a new snapshot of what's going on, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. We don't think we've hit bottom yet. It's to the point where we have asked the government for aid, as you know, because we have to. Never seen anything like this, the deterioration in the marketplace and its impact on companies. We've gone from producing revenue to losing money very, very quickly. We are going to lose about $10 to $12 billion a month this month and in the coming months. And these are the summer season, the spring break season, the times when we fly a lot of people and make most of our money.
Right.
So without this help, this industry is facing total devastation. We're not going to be able to fly people and ship goods the way we have and create commerce and jobs the way we have. In the last
Nicholas,
10 years.
Nicholas, I just want to jump in here and just bring some more context, because we've, as you have just pointed out, seen changes to the situation rapidly, minute by minute, hour by hour. There are a lot of people, though, who don't feel very comfortable with the idea of giving money to airlines when they feel like airlines have shortchanged them as consumers, paying for extra fees for baggage, for snacks, whatever the case may be. What message do you want to send to them, these people who don't feel like the airlines right now deserve this kind of bailout?
I would offer this and put it in the simplest context. 3 weeks ago and still now, airfares have been at historical lows. They've been down 17%. Fares, your typical fare round trip over the last 3 years, it's been down 17%, down 42% since the year 2000. So whatever it is, your bottom line is you're paying less for airfare now than you ever did. That's why everybody was flying everywhere. It was very easy. It's very affordable. 90% of the American public has flown. When I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, nobody in my neighborhood could afford to fly. That's when fares were regulated. If you look at the statistics now, 58% of the people who fly in this country have family incomes under $75,000.
Right.
38% under $50,000. That's remarkable to me and for where I grew up. So that's what I would say. Airfares, it was only a few weeks ago we were talking about.
Sure.
There's never been a better time to fly because how low fares were.
Of course. And look, we also appreciate just the number of people that the airline industry actually employs. By some estimates, about 750,000 people are employed collectively by these major airlines at the start of the crisis. How will you also then, though, assure and ensure that the money, if it is received by these airlines, actually then get to the workers who may now be impacted by this?
In the last 10 years, it is 750,000 people that we employ here in the United States. And we've added to that role 168,000 people in the last 10 years. Salaries have gone up 41%. in that time. We've increased pensions. We invest a lot in our people. We care deeply about our people, and our number one goal is to keep them around so that when this goes away, we can keep flying. That's part of the case we're making to the administration. It's part of the case that we're making to Capitol Hill. You know, give us this bridge because we don't want to lay people off.
Right.
And if you talk to our workers, they're very concerned, but we cannot do it on our own because at the rate we are burning money, something has to happen.
Absolutely. So can you maybe be more specific about how much maybe compensation or assurance these workers will have, and ultimately how much money is the airline industry looking for?
We've asked for a total of $58 billion, $50 billion for the passenger carriers and $8 billion for the cargo carriers. We've asked for that in a split, $25 billion and $4 billion in grants, direct cash grants, because that's what we need to weather the storm. All of that money would go to keep workers in place, and then another $25 billion and $4 billion for a total of 58 in loans.
All right, Nicholas, we'll have you back on real soon and see how
I
things
hope so.
progress
Thank you.
as well. Thanks so much for being with us. Nicholas Calio is President and CEO, Airlines for America.